and Austin. At what point last year did you believe that Austin could have a standout season?
Romaine?
Yeah.
Austin was thrown into a unique situation. Deuce got hurt, Jake Clifton was off and on with injuries, and he was thrown in as a true freshman. And you could tell as a true freshman that from a physical standpoint, he was going to be able to handle the physicality of college linebacker. And it's hard as a freshman to play mentally. And he had a really good football IQ. As we started getting into the season, you could really tell that he was becoming the playmaker, where before Austin Moore was making more plays. The year before, Austin Moore led the team in tackles and TFLs, and then last year Austin Romaine did. And realistically, the Mike linebacker spot should have the leading tackler and the TFL guy of the three linebacking spots.
Second team All Big 12, highest graded PFF linebacker. Can you put in perspective exactly what we saw from him last year?
He was just has really good vision. He's got really good instincts. He's got good awareness in the pass game. He really feels the routes around him. But Austin got much better with his block destruction and using his hands, and became a better blitzer. And that's the next phase for him in his development, is how much better can he get in getting off blocks, both in the pass rush and in the run game. He is just a really physical guy. And so sometimes he may not have as good a technique as like Dez and Austin Moore did as far as block destruction and use of his hands, but he's just so physical and is so explosive. He's able to get away with things. And if he can put his hand placement and his separation with his explosiveness, he could be a real beast. But you gotta keep in mind too, what is Austin, 19 or 20? I mean, it goes fast when you don't redshirt. He's a true junior, and that goes by in a blink of an eye when they don't have that redshirt year.
Is there anybody that's been a surprise in spring ball for you?
I don't know about surprise. It's been the guys that we got at mid-year. Gabe Powers, has been what we thought he would be. He's a good player, and we're excited that he's here. And then Ralph Ortiz. Ralph was a little bit slow because he had some hamstring issues, and so he probably wasn't as far along as Gabe was, just because of the hamstring. But those two have shown that they were definitely good gets. Rex Van Wy, we moved him around just because we were without Bo, Asa, Austin, and Dez in the spring, and so Rex jumped in there at Mike Backer to help fill that void, and did a great job. So Rex is a solid guy for us, you bet.
Coach Malone mentioned that freshman Darian Whitaker has impressed. What have you seen from him early on?
Darian's got great length. He's instinctive. He like all freshmen, have so much to learn, but he just has a natural knack of understanding the game. He may not know exactly what he's supposed to do, but he finds the football. And so I'm excited, about Darian. And then, the other two freshmen, Weston Polk and Sawyer, were limited with, Weston with the hamstring, and then Sawyer, with the shoulder. But I'm glad we were able to get those guys in here, early. But I think all three are going to be able to potentially help us on special teams. With the rule being able to go 4 games and still redshirt, So, but yeah, Darian's got hopefully a bright future.
With those true freshmen, and I know this is sort of projecting into the future, but is there sort of a point in time when they're ready, or is there something you're looking for to sort of know that they're ready to contribute on special teams or on defense?
Well, like with Austin Romaine, sometimes you're just thrown into the fire, and that's what happened with Romaine. He probably wasn't ready, but we had no choice. Special teams is the proving ground, and that's where guys learn to play football, especially linebackers. And that's what's so great about getting those guys, on the field in those 4 games. It's really valuable, because then they can learn about pad level, angles, block destruction, all that stuff. And so I think all 3 of those guys have a chance to help us. but Darian probably right now, just because he's had more work this spring than the other two.